Ukraine's third year fighting to repulse the Russian invasion started badly, marked in mid-February by the fall of Avdiivka. If the first year of war was characterized by Russia overreaching, and the second by Ukraine failing to convert defensive wins into offensive success, then the last 12 months of combat have demonstrated Russia's advantages in attritional warfare.
1 до 20.
The Horde has a ratio of around 1 to 20 over us. This morning, about 70 people assaulted our brigade's position simultaneously. This is normal for the Russians.
Це для них норма.
March and April saw theoretical setbacks for Russia, with Sweden's ascension enlarging NATO to 32 states, and the White House approving a months-delayed $61 billion aid package for Ukraine, easing Kyiv's ammunition shortages, but not its lack of manpower. But in May, Russia opened a new front, massing from behind its international border to try push to within artillery range of Kyiv, Ukraine's second city.
There was yet another attack on Kharkiv today with more than 10 missiles. Several locations were hit, including a supermarket full of people.
Kyiv complained restrictions on its use of Western weapons against targets inside Russia were to blame, but ultimately reined in the attack. It launched a surprise offensive of its own in August, seizing territory in the Kursk region, the first invasion of Russia by a foreign power since World War II. Such a move, it was hoped, would draw Russian resources away from the Eastern front lines and could act as leverage in any negotiated end to the war.
Курщина є частиною плану, про який я буду говорити з президентом.
The operation in the Kursk region is part of the plan I'll speak about with President Biden. The main point of this plan is to force Russia to end the war, to end on fair terms for Ukraine.
The following month, Russian President Vladimir Putin flew to Mongolia, flouting the international arrest warrant filed against him by the International Criminal Court. Through the months of autumn, Russia made gains on the battlefield too, its forces slowly inching forward, despite heavy casualties. While both sides always need more combat recruits, it's Russia that is having more success acquiring fresh fighters. High starting salaries for Russians who volunteer for the army is one way the Kremlin achieves this. The deployment in October of North Korean infantry to counterattack in the Kursk region was another. Unaccustomed to modern warfare, let alone emerging weapons like drones, hundreds of the Koreans died fighting the Ukrainians.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
But it's a contest away from the battlefield that is shaping the direction of the war more than any other factor.
Before I even arrive at the Oval Office, I will have the disastrous war between Russia and Ukraine settled. It will be settled quickly. I will get the problem solved, and I will get it solved in rapid order, and it will take me no longer than 1 day.
As February came round once again, Washington signaled a rapid swerve in US policy towards Ukraine. With US and Russian diplomats meeting in Saudi Arabia for discussions that excluded both European allies and Ukraine itself. A maneuver that may force Kyiv to capitulate to a surrender it has repeatedly ruled out, or to fighting on isolated, without the backing of the world's most powerful military power.